Welcome, and thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome to episode number 18, where we are modding the Squier Sonic Series Bronco bass to make it sound as good as we can possibly get it. In this episode, from multiple viewer requests, we're going to install Nordstrand Mustang bass pickups into this Bronco. Is it going to work? How does it sound? Let's find out. So the first question is, will it fit? I'm going to put up a picture of the original Bronco bass cavity here. As you can tell, it is rectangular in shape and it has some rounded corners. Now, as a product of this series, I have routed out that original cavity to accommodate different pickups, notably soap bars and precision bass style pickups. So in order to best represent the original cavity size on this video, what I've done is I've traced out the cavity using a piece of cardboard, and I've placed that on top of this new makeshift pickguard so you can have a visual of what the outer edges and the outer size of this original cavity is like. I've taken off the pickup shells off this Nordstrand set, and I've placed it with the strings still installed so we can have a reference of where the center of the pickup shells should be. And as you can tell from this photo here, unfortunately, both the pickup shell that's exposed as well as the wings that attach to the screws onto the pickguard are both slightly wider than the original cavity. So to answer the first question of will it fit, unfortunately the answer to that is it will not fit without some modification and routing out of the original cavity. Now, you don't need to take very much off. You can do this with a router, or you could chisel it off, or you can also, if you blocked off the inner cavity with another piece of wood, you could make this cavity with a Forstner bit. Now let's look at the other dimension. So it does appear that both of the pickup shells will fit in that dimension in this cavity. However, pickup placement will be different. When measuring my Schecter Mustang bass, the distance from the D-string saddle to the beginning of the pickup shell is measuring about 5¼ inches. On a Groove Mustang style bass copy, that is measuring 5⅛ inches. So if you split the difference, and if you want the Mustang pickup to be in the more traditional pickup placement, from this photo, you will tell that you will have to route out a little bit more wood from the neck side of that cavity in order to put the pickup in the same placement position. However, if you're willing to compromise on pickup placement, then both of those pickup shells will fit in the cavity, but the pickup placement will be closer to the bridge. I hypothesize that you're going to get a slightly thinner, slightly more nasal tone compared to the more traditional pickup placement. Let's see how these Nordstrand NM4 model pickups sound in this Bronco bass in comparison to the stock pickup. So we're going to have 3 passes to this drum track. In the first pass, we have both pickups with the tone knob at 25%. In the second, we have the tone knob at 50%. And then in the third pass, we have the tone knob wide open. To make this comparison as fair as possible, it's the same set of strings, and I'm going to transplant the wiring hardness from the original pickguard over to this new makeshift pickguard that I've made out of fiberboard. And so that way, we're running the 2 pickups both into the same CTS 250K pot, into the same stock tone pot with the same capacitor and the same output jack. Let's give it a listen. Here we go.
Please let me know what you thought of the tones by leaving a comment below. Let's talk about it. Firstly, in terms of sheer output, the Nordstrand NM4 Mustang pickups are actually quite a bit quieter and lower in output compared to the stock single coil Bronco pickup. If you level match them, however, and just listen to the tonality of the two pickups, I think the Nordstrand NM4 Mustang pickups sound quite a bit more clear and quite a bit more open in the upper mid-range and the highs in comparison to the stock pickup. So through all three tone knob settings, it almost sounds like the Nordstrand has lifted a veil off the tone, and in comparison, the stock single coil pickup actually sounds pretty cloudy. The high end from the Nordstrand also has quite a bit more of a kind of a grindy metallic character to it, which might help you cut through a dense mix. In terms of the lower frequencies, I find the Nordstrand and the stock single coil was not all that different. I think the biggest audible differences is in the high mids and the highs. Who is this pickup for? Well, if you are looking for more clarity and kind of a bit of a more grindy upper mid-range and highs and a more open sound, then absolutely, these Nordstrands sound great, and in comparison to the stock pickup, does sound quite a bit more open, much more airy, and has a grindier character to it. If you're looking for just sheer output, hot, overwound pickup type sound, these are not it. So there you have it, Mustang pickups installed into a Bronco bass. Thanks so much for watching this episode. Catch you next time. Peace.